People hire Vanillawood because we're really fun to work with. We're extremely collaborative. We're very approachable. Interior design, we really understand the entire process from the very beginning concept to the very end finish, which is something that saves a lot of time and money and headache for our clients. We definitely don't take ourselves too seriously, and I would say we really create personalized sanctuary. My name is Kricken Yaker. I am the principal and co-owner of Vanillawood. We are located in Lake Oswego, which is right outside of Portland, Oregon. We are in Southwest Portland in a beautiful residential neighborhood where there are a lot of ranch houses, one-level homes, which is not always easy to find in Portland. And this is actually the second time that we have been working with this family because we worked on their first remodel years ago. Vanillawood got started with this project when our clients came to us and said that they were ready to do an addition and a remodel of their home. The house in its previous incarnation, when we had worked on the project before, had much more of a kind of Palm Springs, mid-century vibe. And the client really wanted to bring a more organic, sort of softer, more natural woods and a little less glam. So this time around, we pivoted and I think we really delivered with the infusion of textures. We kept the palette really neutral with the contrast of the dramatic black, and that sort of plays out throughout the house. So from the minute you walk into this space, you can just feel how light and bright and airy it is, which is something we really love about the house, and definitely the homeowners do too. The floor-to-ceiling windows that you see throughout the house. Here's the formal living room where you're open out onto the pool, where we did this rose gold mirror, which is, we always joke, it's sort of like the perfect filter for your face, but it gives a sort of tampered down, mirrored effect and makes the room feel bigger and really bounces light and is just a great design element to any space. Doing custom casework in the space allows you to feature your story. It's curated to tell your story. It has objects, it has photographs, and really you can see from the beginning what the color palette of this house is, which is just a lot of texture and different materials, but in a very creamy, earthy color palette, which we love. Then we walk through to the dining room, which features this custom handmade macrame rope installation. We love doing a mix of not only paintings, but textural, sculptural art pieces for installation, and we're really in love with this rope. It's really soft, it's really unexpected, and in the evening, and actually in the daytime, it creates all these really cool shadows. One of our favorite features of this house is this custom wallpaper by Drop It Mod, a locally owned, women-owned business, which is something we always look to collaborate with women-owned businesses. And we created this custom color, which is now called the Vanillawood color for this project. Our client was really clear that she wanted something really soft and organic, and Drop It Modern really delivered. This is a custom table that we used a porcelain slab that has a marble-like feel, which is just cool. It has movement, and then we brought in some organic texture with the rattan on the chairs, keeping it light and bright. And like a lot of contemporary homes, this is all open plan, so you come into the family room that has the stunning fireplace with the custom black Ansax tile, which was something that we wanted to incorporate something really dramatic to ground the space, and Ansax really delivered with this cool tile. I think one dilemma when designing a space is what to do with the proverbial giant screen, flat screen TV in every house. So our solution to sort of visually hide the big flat screen TV when it's not on was to select a blackened, reclaimed wood from a company here in the Pacific Northwest that deconstructs old buildings and reuses the wood and gives it a special charred wood feature. We love the idea of using reclaimed materials, but when the TV's off, it really visually just kind of disappears. Otherwise, it becomes the dominating sort of visual that nobody really wants to see, but everybody really wants in their space. So just a trick of the trade. One of the requests from the client was they wanted an indoor play space for their young children. And we get a lot of rain here, so playing outside isn't always a fun option. So this really cool indoor playroom was added, which is every kid's dream. One of the things we learned when doing our own house, when we created a space, because I have 3 boys, was that when you have an indoor play area and you have these beautiful walls, balls and kids are going to destroy it. So we were able to source some white gym mats, which are basically padded walls for this space, and balls can be thrown at it and you don't have to worry about your kids just having at it in here. We've got a basketball hoop. Bikes can be ridden in here when it's raining outside, but it's completely light and bright with these beautiful windows. If you flip around to the beautiful kitchen, we chose an organic looking light fixture to sort of ground the kitchen and add a little bit of warmth to all of the white. And then further along, we walk into the eating kitchen, which is where the family gets to enjoy a lot of their meals. And we're continuing with the theme of the black and the light wood. We have a hidden beverage fridge and a hidden ice maker here. And we wanted to do something really cool and dramatic on the backsplash. So we chose this handmade concrete and sax tile, which just gives it this really cool pop. And what's really cool is from the courtyard, when you're outside, you look in and you see this like very dramatic moment, and it flows right to the outdoor space, the covered barbecue area. Having a covered outdoor barbecue entertainment space is something that really exploded during the pandemic. Obviously here in the Pacific Northwest, we have a lot of rain, so having a covered space is imperative. So here we have this really cool barbecue outdoor kitchen, and then one of our favorite spaces in this whole house is this outdoor living room with this incredible fireplace that we used this awesome 3-dimensional tile, again with the texture but keeping with the same color palette. But this is probably one of my favorite spaces in the whole house. So we have space heaters up in the ceiling. We have really cool, very comfortable outdoor furniture from Harbor Outdoor, one of our favorite outdoor furniture vendors. This is a custom fire pit that was designed to create another space outside using Brown Jordan outdoor chairs, which again, the color palette throughout the house is uniform and the same, but there's a lot of visual and textural interest everywhere you look. But if you're looking for me, I'm gonna be right here staring at this cool fireplace, hanging out on this sofa. So as you can see, this outdoor space is incredible. There's so many places to hang out and entertain. We have a putting green over here. Using turf has become really popular, especially with all the rain that we have here. It just is evergreen and there's low maintenance. You don't need irrigation. So more and more people are using, especially in drought intolerant states like California, turf is becoming the de facto grass in all residential projects. There is plenty for every kid to do out here, including a basketball hoop. There's space to kick balls, and then you can see that there is the guest house and the main house, but they're really tied together by this exterior outdoor courtyard, which is pretty dope. So now we're in the casita, which is separate from the main house. This was new construction. This allows for the clients to host guests or for future parents to age in place, which is something that more and more clients are asking for. Because it's just secondary space, we went with really simple, affordable surfaces in the kitchenette. But one of our favorite features is the lime plaster on this wall right here. Lime plaster is becoming very popular, and there's some really important reasons why we love to use it. One, it has this really beautiful organic hand-troweled effect, which we like to say it's kind of like a warm hug, but it has sound dampening properties. It also helps purify the air, which are all really important properties to introduce into a living space. So limestone plaster we love to use on fireplaces, but more and more you're seeing it on all the walls in houses, which is beautiful. So powder bathrooms are a place where we really like to be bold and have fun and use wallpaper, because what else are you doing except for hanging out in the bathroom? And this is not your bedroom where you're trying to sleep and create like calmness. It's like the jewelry of the house. This is the primary bedroom, and we wanted to create something around this really beautiful mirror that is from Bali. It's charred teak wood, and it's really just kind of the central feature of this bedroom. So we kept the palette really clean and a mix of black and white. The fireplace was a new addition during the remodel, and this is an Ann Sachs tile that is handmade locally here in Portland, and it has just a really cool texture and visual interest, but still keeps a really clean palette. And then we did a little bit of movement on the rug, which kind of creates a coziness for the whole room. We did a custom bed with a beautiful linen fabric and kept the whole color palette in here really sort of muted and soft. The original design of the house had this interesting sort of pony wall that was open, and in order to give a little bit more privacy to the bathroom, we added this frosted glass wall. We didn't want to do like another drywall wall because it felt really sort of boxed in. So this was a cool way to create privacy but keep it sort of visually feeling open to the space. We added this cool makeup station so that there was a space to sit down and relax and put your makeup on, which who doesn't want that? And then in the bathroom, we introduced a natural stone from Ann Sachs and this really cool dramatic textural tile in black to create just this real wow factor with a floating bench, which we love. And this double height ceiling with the skylights was original to the house, and we weren't really sure how do we soften the space. So we introduced these really cool lights that add drama and sort of a sculptural moment. I would summarize the end result of this project as something that I know the homeowners love coming home to every day. They say it, they're so appreciative and grateful, and that just makes us feel so incredible because we know that we did our job. And I know that they're gonna be making fabulous memories for years to come here, and it feels good to be able to deliver that.